when someone first sees you right off the bat, it's like very like bam in your face, like your tattoos.
Boom.
It's like so you. Do you think that's part of being a rock star? When you were doing your tattoos and you were getting into music, was that your whole idea?
Not really. No, I think in general, I love art, love in all forms, whether it's like a painting or a tattoo or coloring my hair or like the way I dress. It's just like another way to express myself. So I feel like my tattoos are everything I love, like everything I like, and it's like you're collecting art over time, you know?
Like stamps.
It's just stamps. Like this was a mark in my life. I loved this. I'm always gonna love horror and romance. I'm always gonna love Disney and unicorns and like magical things. Like that's just like a part of who I am, you know?
I
like
love that.
magical things.
So did you start your love for art before music, or was it simultaneous?
My love for art?
Yeah, because you said that you love art.
I would say music has always been number one. Always. Like since I was a little girl, I would actually sing to my parents to sleep.
Really?
Versus the other way around, like, oh, let me
like
sing.
in Spanish or in English?
Both. Well, no, I don't really know Spanish that well. I'm still trying to learn. Even though Selena was like my first influence of all.
Really?
Like Selena Quintanilla was the first ever influence. Like I saw her in that purple outfit on the stage and I was like, I want to do that.
Wow.
That's amazing. And I would like put on performances for my family and they would be like, okay, go to bed already. And I'm like, no.
The washing machine.
I would try to do the
machine.
Yeah.
So like during Christmas and birthdays, you would like,
anything.
perform?
Yeah, they gave me a karaoke and they're like, okay, we gotta turn it off already. And I was like, no, we're gonna keep going all night.
Nice. Wow.
You can relate.
Yeah, and you mentioned something about an album being released pretty soon. Can you talk about, is this your first album ever, or have you released albums before?
Well, it's not an album, it's a single release. So I've already released an album. It's called Equilibrium. So that was a 10-track album I released about going on 3 years ago. So now I'm just releasing single songs by themselves. So this song is called Whatever. That's the newest song.
I think I saw some behind the scenes clips of you and Alex doing something like in an alleyway or something.
Yeah.
Was that the music video?
Yeah, that's part of it. There's going to be a lot of different clips. One of them I'm like smashing a guitar and just like doing all these like grungy, like rowdy things, you know, kind of stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. So you said that you had an album called Equilibrium with 10 songs in it?
10 songs on those. Yes.
And how long did it take you to like, did you write all of those or did you have someone helping you or what was it like?
I always write my own music. I love writing lyrics. Actually, I kind of just remember this. Before I was a singer, I always said I wanted to be a writer. Like lyrics are super important to me. My style is very simplistic, like straightforward. Like you know what I'm trying to say. Like it's very black and white what I'm trying to say, like the message. But this song's called Whatever. So it's definitely about doing whatever you want, whatever feels right. Which I also have a song called Feels Right too.
Right. Okay.
So I think.
What type of messages do you like to sing about?
Definitely about being independent, strong-willed, unique. I like being weird. I think I really want people to get out of my music or like who I am is that I want you to embrace who you are. Like whatever that is, maybe not everybody understands that. Maybe, you know, not everybody gets you, but you should
You're gonna get me.
You need to be authentic and no matter what, stand your ground and like stay who you are, defy the odds, like, you know, rise against that and be authentic. Yeah.
Do you sing always with your band or is it sometimes by yourself?
I started off by myself when I was about 15. My first ever show was at Cine el Rey. I don't know if you've ever been there, like the front bar area. I played there on a really cheapy Epiphone electric guitar just by myself, terribly. And then progressively, I tried to play with a different couple of band members. And it would kind of hit or miss. We lost band members. Try again. So I do acoustic duos and I do have a band I've been playing with for about 3 years now. We do like covers, we do some of my originals. Yeah. So we've been playing for like together with that band 3 years across all the valley.
Wow. So you've had different band members come and go.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow.
It's trial and error. Some people like, you know.
So since 15, you said?
Since 15, I was like playing by myself, just acoustic. So I would do shows just by myself. I would write songs. And then I always wanted that full band experience where it's like more lively, you get a bigger connection, drums, the bass. Like it's super important. Like it brings a different element. It's a different energy. And plus it's more like the bar scene, the nightlife. People want to have a good time. Like it's a whole other vibe versus like acoustic, but I do both. Yeah.
Do you also ever get compared to Gwen Stefani?
No.
No one's ever told you that?
I don't think so. Maybe it's just the blonde hair. Maybe. I don't know. I love Gwen Stefani. I do sing some of her songs. I sing Underneath It All.
Oh.
We tried learning that one. Honestly, underneath like Gwen Stefani, no doubt, their songs aren't that easy to learn.
I feel like their songs, this is my opinion, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like their songs are timeless.
They are,
like you could like hear the song you could have heard it a long time ago and felt a certain way, and you hear it now and it still feels like fresh. Right,
the message. I think that's what basically great songwriting is. It's universal truths. Yeah. Like love, hate, confidence, you know, all these different feelings we as people feel, like that's the best songwriting, that everybody could relate to it. Everybody's experienced heartbreak and love and sadness, and that's what's gonna stand the test of time because anybody could relate to that in any era.
Yeah. Is there a certain song that people ask you to cover, like your top 2 songs that people ask you to cover, like whenever you go to gigs? Do you ever get requests? Like, oh, definitely. Like what's like the most requested song for you to cover?
Let me think. The most requested, I've gotten requested to do Barracuda by heart. Wow. We tried to learn it and we just didn't get it. It's super hard. Like singing, every element of that song is hard. Other than that, you'll get a lot of Spanish songs like Selena, which we do like Como la Flor, but we're learning more. We're trying to learn like Bitty Bitty and stuff like that. So people want to hear Selena. They want to hear, what's that song? It's super famous.
The one by Queen?
Queen, no, I haven't gotten requested for that. Mostly Selena. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. And have you ever gone to like San Antonio or any other place like away from the valley to like play or anything like that?
Yes, I've played in Houston. I've played in, it's been a while since I've been in Houston, but I used to play there at like random clubs by myself because it was hard to get the band out there. Yeah. And then recently this year I went to the Rustic in San Antonio about 2 different times, also acoustic by myself. Yeah. Wow. So I'm trying to branch out there. I'm going to be in Austin soon.
Ooh, too. Congrats.
So I'm excited.
South by Southwest or what?
Maybe next year.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Like they always have great bands playing during that time with all the movies going on. So people get out of the movies and go check out a show.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's like the best music scene to be a part of. And when you go over there, like 6th Street and the nightlife, like it's a whole other ball game. Like they have like their top performers out there. Like I go out there and I'm like, oh, I need to step it up. Like I need to learn a lot. Yeah. I gotta practice. Yeah, like I'm like, oh, I was like comfortable here. I was like over there. I was like, oh no, like they're gonna eat you alive.
Oh wow, nice.
So I'm getting there.
Yeah, I think when you're uncomfortable in an uncomfortable situation, it makes you sink or swim. You pick it up. You know, I'm sure like if your son were to play with a team that's older than them, he'll learn way faster. Yeah,
there's always going to be those gigs. I've realized every gig, there's going to be something that goes wrong. Whether it's a technical thing, my mic's gone out, I've had a guitar string pop, I've forgotten lyrics. Like, we've just messed up, and you just got to keep going. You got to try your best. Like, you know, maybe it sucks afterwards. You're like, wow, but then you learn. You just have to learn from it. Yeah.
What's like your most memorable moment when you sang and you just felt like, this is like my passion. This is what I'm meant to do.
This is what I'm meant to do. Honestly, yeah, that first gig at Cine, just doing it. I was like, I know I want to do this. I want to get better at it. And then when you see people like call you out, like I'll just go to the grocery store and you don't think anybody cares what you're doing. Like I'm just a girl from McAllen.
I'm just
like
a girl.
I'm just a girl in McAllen. Like who cares? And then you get stopped and like, when's your next show? When's your next show? Like I've had people like become fans in a way where they're like, where are you gonna play next? Like I want a shirt. I want to see anything for Selena. Yeah. Nice. So it's crazy. Those are the moments where I'm like, okay, like this is worth it. Like I'm doing something right, you know.
Cool. That's awesome. Do you ever like pass out merch? Do you have merch like stickers or things like that?
I ran out of it, so I always make a very limited amount. Like for my album Equilibrium, I had shirts, I had stickers, all of that. So now for this single, I'm gonna have stickers and shirts like out soon. So I'm already working on the design of it, and I'm ordered the shirts, so they're gonna be dropping like in October.
Nice, because I know you had like one of those things where you pick it up, right? Like your picture, and it has like your Spotify or something. I think I saw.
Oh, it's a banner.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's a banner. Yeah,
the pickup banner.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
I know. I have it at my shows. Like and it's super. I love it.
It makes you look so pro. Like, whoa, she's got
like honestly, it's a progression. Like I started off with nothing, the bad instruments, and then like, you know, I get that money from gigs and I reinvest it in what I'm doing. Like put it back in the merch, put it back in the recordings, like all of that stuff. Like it's not cheap to do those things.
Yeah, I know.
It costs to be a musician, actually.
Yeah, because most people have like a little jar with says tips.
Yeah.
And something like there, like a logo or something, but you have a whole banner.
The whole banner, yeah. I take it with me everywhere.
And you're currently working at BD, the BD Experience.
Yeah.
With Barbara. What's it like working like with a boss that's like so passionate about art as well? Because she's a great photographer.
She's a great photographer for sure.
So you're like constantly surrounded by art.
All the time. I feel like it inspires me because like you're learning so much like from a pro, like years of experience, like this is what it takes to make a great photo. And there's so many elements to creating something, from like nothing, like good lighting, a good outfit, hair and makeup. Like it's super inspiring. And I feel like that's what's really pushed me, because like she even told me like, hey, if you're gonna do music, you should, like she did the first cover of my album, which you never would think a boss is gonna feel comfortable. Like I was completely nude in my first album cover. I wanted to be bold. Yeah. I got an inspiration from Joan Jett, because she's like just there naked with a guitar. And I was like, I wanna do that. And Barbara was like, let's do it.
With the guitar, right?
Yeah, I had the guitar, and that's my album cover. So I feel like that elevated everything. I was like, wow, like I can do, you know, what the people I look up to are doing. You know, like it's bigger than just, you know, where we live.
You're literally surrounded by a support group.
Definitely. Like everything around me is like about creativity and creatives, and like, so I feel like it just inspires me. It pushes me to do even more. To get creative with it.
Have you been local to the Rio Grande Valley your whole life?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in McAllen. Pretty much.
Nice. What do you think of like? Because it hasn't always been the same with the art scene.
No.
It's kind of like in the past it was a little bit like you had to know someone to like attend the show or something like that, and now it feels like it's more prevalent. More people are like, hey, let's go to that show, or let's go to this, or let's go to that. Like, I feel like now it's more in the
popped
open.
Off. Like, there's so much more talent now. Like, there's actually always been talent, but I feel like it was hidden. Like, people were doing it in their bedroom, or they didn't have a place to go. Now there's so many more venues to perform at. There's social media that's really taken off and, like, given the platform for everybody. So now it has become more of a community. Like, even with photographers, like we have like meetups to do like certain events. Like you've been at those Let's Stay Creative events.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so like there's that, and before like 5-10 years ago, like that wasn't around. Now there's so many more community with like musicians. Like we all know each other. Like, hey, let me go to your show. Like support each other. Like there's definitely that community that's grown a lot.
What type of future do you see for the Valley? Like in maybe like 5-10 years?
I definitely feel like even with the convention center, they're bringing a lot of like, you know, festivals and things. So I feel like the festivals are expanding a lot. I feel like the new generation is having an influence on shows. Like there's huge crowds for those shows now. Like, and I'm like, what? I've never even heard of this band. And they have like all this following in a crowd. So I feel like it's just about expanding on that and being there for each other, and it's just going to continue to like take off. And then you're going to see people from the Valley go off and do bigger things out of state, go to California, go to LA. Like, it's already, it's already happening. Yeah.
Yeah, there's more people coming from California to Texas, I feel.
Right.
More than ever before. And they say that the Valley is going to be the new Hollywood. Because there's so much space and it's always sunny. Although
Elon
it's always
Musk
hot,
now.
right? Yeah. What about your son? Because I've seen him sometimes pick up an instrument.
Right.
Like, is he also like musically interested in like learning, or what is?
He's really into space. Like, he loves astrology. He's always like, let's go look at the moon. Let's like, I want to be in NASA. I want to be an astronaut. Like, we just had his 9th party, and he had an astronaut, like,
Happy
super
birthday.
Like a spacesuit and everything in June. And so he likes that. And more than anything for music, like, I don't force him. I'm just like, whatever you like, you like. But he's picked up the drums. So I bought him an electric drum kit, and he's been practicing. He likes the piano. And I've caught him singing. Like, he's shy about it, but I've caught him, and I'm like, oh, you have a pretty voice. But if I tell him anything, he'll be like, leave me alone, Mom. Like, leave me alone. Like, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, because the moms always are like, mijo.
Like, oh,
you're the best.
That's my boy. He's the number. Yeah, but he'll be like, okay, like, stop, Mom. Like, he gets embarrassed. So.
Imagine in the future he joins your band and he starts playing with you.
So cool.
Imagine.
I'd be down. I told him, I've joked about that. Like, with my drummer right now, I'm just like, hey, Jess, you're getting replaced. Like, Aiden's gonna take over.
Do you have a name for your band?
That's something I would love people to help me with, because I'm super bad at deciding that. I've thought of really cheesy things, and then my band's like really...
Like what?
Like the Black Velvets, and I don't know. I want something cool like the Runaways, or like Joan Jett and the So-and-Sos, Lissette and the So-and-Sos. But I don't know. Nothing's stuck.
Well, how'd you come up with the band? I mean, not the band, the album name, Equilibrium.
Equilibrium, because honestly, when you're a Libra too, right?
Yeah,
I came up with it.
It's just my birthday.
Yeah, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I came up with that because equilibrium is all about inner balance.
When's your birthday?
It's coming up on the 12th, October.
Oh, so is that a Libra too?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
An October Libra.
That's like almost at the cutoff line, no?
Yeah, like on borderline. Scorpio stuff.
So you were like, I'm a Libra, equilibrium.
Yeah, so equilibrium is like about balance, and all of those songs on the track are about like love, and like even one of the songs is called Aiden's song, and he comes out on
Aiden's song?
He comes out.
What does he say?
He's just like, I love you, Mom, and it does, and then it goes on to the song, and so he comes out in that first album. So it's all about like Aiden, me, heartbreak, love, truth, like it's pretty much a balance. Of all of those things. So that's why I came up with that, because I was like, that's just bodies everything that I am. And now it's really hard to come up with albums now.
Aiden's Project should be the name of the band.
Aiden's Project, yeah. I like that.
It's just something. So that's really cool that you're getting your son involved, because not all families tend to do things together, especially nowadays, because back in the day, I feel like, you had your family dinner, everyone would get together, and now I feel like the family's a little bit more separated.
Yes, right? For sure. So, I know they're like, a lot of people aren't even having a lot of kids. So like in my family, Aiden really is the only like little child. Everybody else has grown up.
You have a brother, right?
I have a brother. Yeah, he's old. My older brother. Yeah, and we're like a lot of years apart, and so I feel like not a lot of people are having kids.
You're making him sound old.
He's old, man. Sorry, brother. My way older brother.
Yeah. So how many siblings do you have?
2. I have 2. I have my brother David, who taught me how to play guitar. And then I had my brother John, who actually he's John King Entertainment. So he books a lot of my shows. Like he'll run the sound, he'll run the lights. So he books me like a lot of gigs.
Wow, so it is a family.
He's like a very manager type of...
Behind the scenes or what?
Yeah, behind the scenes for sure.
Because I went to one of your shows, I think it was at the Moon where you were playing and
Smoking Moon.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember.
And was that your brother, where he was?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he was
with
running
you?
sound. Yeah, he was running sound.
Yeah. So that was cool that you have your family involved.
Yeah, definitely. They're heavily involved. Like my mom, this outfit, this is all her. Like she
picked it out?
I don't really do a lot of shopping, to be honest. I'm really like indecisive, and she's just like, here, you're gonna wear this for the next show. So I call her like my stylist. I'm like, okay, you're my stylist. Like, what's my next outfit for the show?
Right.
And my brother's like the manager who gets me the gigs, and I'm like, Aiden's the roadie. He helps me with all my stuff. I'm like, here, carry my guitar. Like
the jar of tips. Like, here, guys.
Yeah.
I met your mom. She's really sweet. She was a little shy when she was taking pictures.
She's super shy.
Yeah.
I know. I wish she could go to a lot of my shows, but she usually watches my son when I have my shows. So she doesn't. She's like, do a Facebook Live so I could see it. And I'm like, okay, I'll literally only do the live because.
So she's like a big cheerleader for you.
Oh, for sure. My dad too. He bought all my merch. He's like, give me a stack of your CDs. I'm gonna go sell it to my friends. He went to my show, one of my shows at the Quarter, and he would go up to every table and just be like, "That's my daughter. That's my daughter there." Like just bragging about me. I was like, "Stop it,
that's
Dad.
so cool.
Stop
Nice.
it."
And then you also perform at the, what's that place called? Draft House, University Draft House, right?
Oh yeah.
On Second.
Yes.
And Old 83. I feel like that's a really good place to play at.
I love the sound there, like with all the acoustics, and it's outdoors.
Yeah.
It's like family friendly, but people are still like kind of drinking and vibing.
Exactly.
I like the.
So I go walk there sometimes, and then, you're like walking by the band
track
thing,
and stuff.
And it's like a good vibe. Like people are drinking and laughing. And
I love it there. It's fun. Yeah, I played a lot of places in McAllen. Honestly, now my main like goal right now is like playing bigger stages. Like I want to, and also out of town. Like recently, I played at the Moon Rock in Harlingen, which is like a food truck place. It's
I've been
huge. I really like that place,
yeah.
and the stage is awesome. And then this Saturday, I'm gonna be at Alpaquita Ranch.
Oh wow, that's like far away.
Out there in Raymondville with the alpacas. I was like, honestly, I'm just on board because there's alpacas.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. It's like a ranch, like in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, it's so pretty over there. They let you like pet the alpacas and the animals, and I was like, that's a huge selling point. I'm like, I don't even care what you pay me for the show. Just like let me
pet the
alpacas.
When I went there, my client took me because she wanted me to take pictures of her and her family, and we had an alpaca who was like very like. He didn't want to be.
Oh, he was annoyed.
He was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Spit on you?
No, he didn't spit on me. No. But he was just like not having it.
Yeah.
But they're so fussy.
I feel so embarrassed because when I went over there, they gave me like the leash to hold. Like I was like, oh, take a picture. And then like I let go of it and I didn't think anything. And that thing ran so far. Like it jumped. It like halted away. And they're like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to let go of the leash. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And they had to like go chase the alpaca down. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was that fast.
They were like it's my time to be free at last.
Yeah, you escaped.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is the first time that you ever come to Backdoor Modern Vintage?
Yes.
So what do you think of the place? What was like your first impression?
This is like inside of my mind. I'm like, it's everything I love. It's like art, it's creativity, it's vintage, it's glam, it's like...
What did you say when you got out? You were like, Carlos, I'm going to waste
You're going to make me go bankrupt here. I was like, I already saw so many things. I'm like, I want to take this. I want to take that. Because I need outfits for my shows like all the time. So I was like, this is the place.
I style a lot of musicians.
You do?
Yeah.
You need to style me now.
Yeah. She's had a music video filmed here before.
Yes. I could imagine, like the vibe here is so like laid back and art, like very Andy Warhol vibes.
She loves Andy Warhol.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love her style.
Yeah, she was actually I saw her being tagged by a bunch of people that I know, like creatives, and I was like, I need to meet this girl or this lady. I don't know who she was.
Right.
So I came and I was like, it felt like a time machine. See, it says right there, time machine.
The photograph, the time machine. I love that. All the art, all the colors.
It's very inspiring. It's a very inspiring.
Like you don't get, like any little corner you look at, you're like, what about that? And this is so unique. Like every spot just wow. Like you never end looking at all the awesome stuff.
Every time you come, you always get like taken aback by something else.
Yes, it's totally new. I've never seen a place like this at all.
Ever?
No.
Yeah, people always say that it feels like it's somewhere else.
Like I'm in the 70s.
Really?
And we just took like a tab of acid or something.
Nice.
I don't know.
I mean, no comment?
Edit that.
No, I'm just kidding. So what's your plan for before the end of the year? Like, are you trying to record more, write more songs? Are you trying to get out there more with your music, different gigs, or what's your goal?
Well, I'm not really that great at social media, so I think more than anything, I'm going to start making more videos, like of me just jamming out at home. I want to do that. Writing songs is a given. Like, I'm always going to do that, but it has to be a song I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Like this whatever song, I'm super excited about it. I feel like that's me. So for sure, always writing songs, making more music videos because it's just fun to get creative and like, what's the story? And
if you need a videographer,
there you go.
I put my hat in the ring.
I'm gonna hit you up for that.
Yeah,
I will.
I've done like 5 in my whole entire life. 5 music videos, something like that.
Oh, I need to check them out. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I did a couple in California.
I'm like, how do you find the time? You are always.
Well, I mean, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
But they were fun.
Yeah.
I remember doing one where I was supposed to be like the point of view of the boyfriend. And we went to the Santa Monica Pier, and I was like basically following her around.
Right.
Like doing a bunch of stuff, like playing basketball, petting dogs, going on rides.
That's so cool.
And it was pretty cool because it didn't require a lot of like lights and equipment.
It's just your
It was just like guerrilla style.
Right.
Like with a camera following around.
Yeah, and
it was supposed to be like the phone, like they're recording each other.
Yeah.
So that was a
so cute.
cool thing, yeah. But so this is your second podcast that you're in, right?
Yes.
Tell me about your other podcast.
Well, we actually recorded with Aaron yesterday.
Thank you for being here, Aaron.
Yes. With BD, and I was kind of interviewing Barbara on questions like how she's grown through photography and like how she's grown the business and how it's transitioned for years. I mean, I've been working with her for like 4 going on 5 years now, and it's changed so much. Like studio location has changed, the way we handle clients changes.
Yeah, the last time I went, I was like, whoa, there's like 2 rooms here and a bunch of stuff.
We've expanded, and we're always trying to learn. Like we never just get comfortable with like, oh, this is what it is. Like no, we're like, how could we be better, more creative?
You guys went to a conference, right?
We went to Vegas, so that was a lot of fun. And there's just like a world of photographers out there for weddings, for events, for headshots, you name it. And there's like so much community involved in learning. So many cameras. They even gave me a camera.
Really?
And I got inspired, and I was like, ooh, like they give you models and everything to work with.
Wow.
And they're just like, here's a camera. It's sponsored by Fujifilm, and just go out and do your thing. And I'm like, okay, like it was so much fun. We came out back with a lot of inspiration, yeah.
It's so cool that they invest in like learning and training because not everybody does that.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, so they're cool bosses.
They even went to Italy with like, I'm talking about people that shoot.
In a castle, right?
For like Pampers and Nike, like those photographers, like those commercial photographers, and like what it takes to get to that level. Like it's beyond awesome, to learn.
Tell me about your experience working at BD. Like, what's that been like? Because I know you're like her right hand woman. And when I was there with you guys, I saw kind of like what goes into the process,
right,
you know, because for most photographers, it's like you show up somewhere, you take a picture, you show the client, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, send me the pictures and like whenever, right? But with you guys, I feel like it's deliberately more like
It's intentional.
Yes. Yeah, that's the right word. Like everything has purpose. As soon as you walk in, there's a process of like making sure that they're feeling comfortable. You take them in a tour. Like, what has that been like for you being able to work there with them?
It's super fun because first of all, like I love connecting with people, and there's so many different walks of life. Like we all need photos for different reasons, whether it's for like a business or you just want to like mark a special time in your life. It's your birthday, like whatever the occasion is, there's still the same process. And a lot of times in this life, we want instant gratification. We want photos now. We just want to post them on social media. And it's like, we're trying to do more than that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just like taking a photo and giving it to you and like, that's it.
Like building memories.
Like this is a legacy. Yeah. This is like how you're going to be remembered. Like people are going to see this photo and it's going to leave a lasting impression forever, you know? And what does it take to get that? Preparing for it, and the right clients will get that. They'll say like, okay, I'm on board, and people need help. Like people don't know what to, especially if you've never taken photos before. It's nerve-wracking. Like you're nervous. How do I pose? I need to wait till I lose weight.
Everyone
like,
always says that.
I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that. Like I've heard it all, and then it's like we take the most, you know, nervous person, and then they see their photos. And then they're like, oh my God, like I actually like it. I've never liked my photos. And then that's like the best feeling in the world. It's like, we did that. Like we made that happen, you know?
And I was able to see that firsthand because I was there next to her and they were very, you know, it's a process. Sometimes they're very like against posing, especially the men.
Oh my God.
They're very like,
why do men hate taking pictures? I want to know why.
I don't know. But I was amazed, or not amazed. It was just like really neat seeing the transformation in their face.
Yes.
Once she took a picture and she would like turn around the camera and show them, and they're like, "Oh, that's
I look
me.
Good." Like what?
And then their attitude would change, and they would be like, "Okay." They would like be throwing out ideas.
They're like, they get confident. It's a confidence boost more than it. And I feel like that's what's really unique about Barbara is she brings that out on you. Like you could be the most stiff, uncomfortable. Like, oh, I don't like the way I look, and she's like, "No, we're gonna change that today. Like you're gonna like your photos," and then. They just feel see that change is like what's really fun about the job, seeing the transformation. Yeah.
And like you said, you get all walks of life. You get people from. I remember there was I think she was an artist from like Angola. From
Africa, yes.
She like came to the valley.
Asia Casanova. That was so exciting. Like when I heard that, I was like, I'm excited. Yes, girl. We're gonna go. I'm a musician too. I know exactly what you need. This is for a cover. Like we could take it to whatever level y'all want. And she's using those photos, and that's like amazing that she came all the way from over there to do that. And she trusted us with that. Like that trust was beyond amazing. And we have singers, doctors, lawyers, like you name it, realtors, like everybody needs a photo.
And for her specifically, when I met her, she was already in the studio. I thought that you guys already knew her.
Why?
Because she was just so comfortable. And she was like talking like if she knew
like
you
real
guys.
comfortable with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she said, "Oh, I was just in town and I looked for photography." And I was like, "What?"
Yes, it's about building that connection, like because if someone's uncomfortable and they don't trust you, like they're not gonna want to open up to you and they're not gonna be relaxed. And like there's some people that it's harder to open up with them. They're a little more they just are more reserved.
Yeah.
So we're just like, here's some tequila. Like here's some
that always helps.
Here's get some music. Like the vibe's going. Like setting the mood is gonna really affect the photos for sure.
And I feel like you guys have the process of like having them get there early, doing the makeup, giving them some champagne, putting in music, like
it makes them feel special.
Yeah,
like who doesn't want to feel like, oh, I'm getting pampered,
What,
like you know?
What do they call incense, wine, and candles?
Wine and candles, some chocolates.
Yeah.
We gotta set the mood for sure.
Exactly. I think you guys do a excellent job at doing that because nowhere else have I seen like people go from being a little nervous to like getting comfortable, and then by the end they're just like a whole other person.
Right. Yeah.
Especially because when I was there, I would like interview them before and then after the whole thing, and they would change.
Like their attitude and everything, their expressions, like they were just like happier overall.
Yeah, exactly. If you could go back and give yourself some advice as a musician, what would you give to your 15-year-old self?
Definitely don't be afraid to fail. Like you're gonna fail regardless. So like fail forward. Like just learn from every experience. Don't stop. Like just keep going. You may write a bad song, but you're eventually gonna write a good one. You may take a bad photo, but you're gonna learn as you go. Like just keep going and don't give up and don't be afraid to fail because it's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
For you, when you're writing a song, an original song, how do you know if it's gonna be like, this is a good song? Like for yourself?
I feel it in my core. Like I just know, like with this song that I'm writing, I honestly was like, you know what? Not everyone's gonna get this song.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Like not everyone's gonna get this song, but for me, it means a lot because like in the opening line, it's like, I'm not Satan. I'm just saying that I wanna like, I'm doing whatever I want. Like I'm not a bad person. You're not a bad person for living the way you want. Yeah. You're just doing what makes you happy. And like that to me is something it took a long time to get there. So I feel like it's just the words like Ghost off of my album Equilibrium.
Yeah.
That song took me like less than 10 minutes to write. Literally no effort at all.
Is it the fastest song you've ever written?
Fastest song I've ever written, and everybody comments about that. That's like the #1 song everybody talks about. They're like, oh my God, I feel something. Like I can't stop listening to it. And it's just like an ethereal kind of feeling. And that just like the words came easily, everything. And I knew in my heart, I was like, I love the song because it's just speaks volumes without really having to say much. Like you just feel it. You just know in your heart, like this is good. Where there's some songs where you write and you're just like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, maybe it has like a catchy tune, but it doesn't like hit in the heart.
You don't have that gut feeling.
Yeah, you don't have that gut feeling. Like it's just like, it's okay, you know. Like,
and you can be heard on Spotify and what other?
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I think I have like maybe a handful of CDs left, but mostly like anywhere you can listen to music, you should be able to have it on all streaming platforms.
Lissette Marie.
Lissette Marie, yeah.
Can you spell that out for us?
LISSETTEMARIE.
Because some would spell it LICETH.
Really? Oh, I've met so many Lissettes, and every time I'm like, let me guess, they always misspell and say your name wrong. They're like, yeah, they say it with the TH at the end, the Z's, and I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, there are, like, if you look at my music, there will be a lot of Lissette. Actually, I got named after a famous 80s singer. Her name was Lissette Marie Melendez. She was a Hispanic 80s pop singer, and my mom wanted to name me after her.
I need to. Yeah. I don't think I've heard of her, but there's a lot of music that I've been discovering lately that is like independent, like Latino mixed with like jazz, 70s vibe. There's a lot of like, I feel like Latino music and Latinos in general are like
on the forefront
on the
right
forefront
now.
Right
yes,
now.
Like Peso Pluma was on MTV. Like Shakira got the like award, the Legacy Vanguard Award. Like, we're up there.
Grupo Frontera was at Good Morning America.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And they're from here. That's crazy, right?
That is crazy. Like we're there, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the time is now, I think.
The time is now, We're getting recognized, getting the recognition, you know.
What would be your dream scenario for you? Like, are you trying to just win a Grammy? Are you trying to live life off your art? What's like your dream scenario?
Well, I definitely don't want to be ever famous, like world. No,
it's gotta happen.
No, like I feel like
you're on a podcast.
Like no, but like on a huge scale like that.
Just
like,
regional.
No, I'm satisfied with being able to live off of being creative.
But people are recognizing you in grocery stores already.
Well, that's locally. That's fine. But like on a grand scale, no. I want to do all the like bucket list things. Like I want to go on tour. I want to like travel with my music. I want to be able to full time like I'm producing my own music. I have big goals for music. Like I want to open up a music hub where it's like all in one. You can go record music, you can buy records, you can see a band play, there's lessons. Like I want to make like a music actual community space. Like that's one of my goals. But yeah, just pretty much everything you want to do as a musician, like tour, do like grand bigger stages, like play at the State Farm Arena, play at the Bird Ogden Arena, like play anywhere.
Are you gonna sing a song for us? I have my karaoke microphone.
You do? Awesome.
Maybe in the upcoming weeks you could come play.
I would love that. Yeah.
Because normally what happens, we've done it twice so far. But when you're here playing, people who are here in the crowd, in the audience, they're like recording you, tagging you, posting it.
Nice. You get tips. Oh, I'm gonna have my bucket here.
Yes.
I'm gonna have my bucket.
Bring your
make it rain.
Bring your banner.
Bring my banner.
Yeah, something.
Yes, I'm super down. Honestly, like this is the place to do that. I feel like.
Yeah.
I think you had a video of like, wasn't it Eric Zapata or?
Yeah, the one.
Someone.
He's related to
really
the actual.
Good.
What was his name? Emmanuel Zapata? The Emmanuel Zapata? The Emmanuel Zapata. Like the guy from Mexico, the revolutionary.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
He's related to that guy.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He's super talented.
Yeah.
He's super good.
He was here and I was like, what? You're related to him? And I was like, I could kind of see it because he's got a very distinct face. Like you see him and you're like,
He looks familiar.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
What a small world living in McAllen, in the Valley. Right? Who would have thought? That's crazy. Yeah, I'll definitely jam out. Let me know.
When does your song, whatever, come out?
I'm aiming for October. It's really when the music video is going to be out. But, like, I'm going to say, like, let's say around my birthday, like October, like 12th.
Okay. So
like, let's say then. It's very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to have pre-orders already for the shirts. The design's already practically done.
Where can they go for all that?
Yes, I just want to have it like release it all. Like here's the video, here's the song, buy the merch. Like it's all for this song.
Perfect. Love that. And are you currently working on any other songs that you're writing?
I do. None that I'm like I feel ready about. There's this other song I'm writing called Pretending, and it's about, I feel like a lot with the social media boom and the TikTok and all this stuff, like there's a lot of people trying to emulate other people. Like people are trying to copy each other and be something that they're not. And I feel like I want to, like, again, my whole thing is about writing universal truths, about being authentic. Like, and that one's really about just like, we need to stop pretending. We need to be who we are, be real, and just like not try to be like the next person. Like just try to be your best self.
Be your authentic self.
Be your best self. Like that's some of the lyrics in the song. So that's another song I feel a little like a gut feeling like, oh, this is something, because it's like a happy, upbeat, positive, song about being just real.
If no one has ever heard your music, what are your like top 3 songs that you would recommend for them to hear? Ghost, you said?
Ghost for sure. That one's about love and loss and it's a very spiritual kind of feeling song. It's very calming also. And then I would say there's not this song doesn't get noticed a lot, but when they do hear it, they're like, I like it. That's 1012. And that's a ukulele song I wrote. And then Wild One. My newest one, Feels Right. I know you said 3, but like Feels Right is the newest song
4.
I released.
5.
With Zach James. He recorded that one. And that one was kind of about new love. Like, hey, this feels right. Like, I'm going to go for it. So, that song I wrote about my boyfriend that I met last year.
Oh, wow.
So that one's called
He's
Feels
also
Right.
a musician, no?
Yes, he's in Moon Rabbit. So he's been with that band for a long time, and they're gonna release music soon. And that's actually how we met, because we had the same like gigs at the same places, and we'd be on the same lineup, and then like
you're playing, I'm
like,
playing,
hey, you know, and we would jam out together. And when we like get together to do music, we don't do it live, but we're like, it's like definitely a chemistry. I'm like, it flows. Like he'll play amazing. He's amazing at guitar.
Yeah.
And then like he just lets me sing, and we'll like flow forever.
Yeah.
Like so we're really good. Like we're really good chemistry. Obviously in our relationship, but in music as
both.
well. Yes.
Yeah, I heard him in the Flying Walrus. I think it was like a year ago.
Yeah, he's an old soul. He's all about Jimi Hendrix and like the
really
70s, and he's a real rocker. Like
Love that.
he's amazing.
Yeah, I was like taken aback by like his guitar
His skills,
solo.
yeah, he goes all out. Because you know, back in the 70s, they had longer solos, like more intricate songs.
Carlos Santana.
Yeah, inspired. Yeah, like so he writes a lot of songs like that, and like about, you know, partying and being like crazy, and like one of his songs is called like Sex in a Parking Lot. So he's just he has a more edgy type of style of like songwriting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really talented as well as you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything else that you'd like to get off your chest that I haven't asked you that's on your mind?
Not really. I mean, I think what's most important to me is just, you know, freedom of expression, like being who you are, being authentic. I think we've covered that. My son, you know, obviously motivates everything I do. He's here right now during the podcast. He's there with me at band practice. He's there sometimes.
He's your roadie.
He goes with me to my shows sometimes. So I feel like I really want my son to see that I'm doing these things, because like whenever he decides what he wants to do with his life, he's gonna know like, hey, you know, look at my mom. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you could get it done. Like hustle. You know, I want him to be influenced by that. You know, like you could do anything you want. Don't limit yourself. Don't worry what other people think. Like go, if you have something in your heart you want to follow, like go for it. Just go for it.
And I always ask this to most of my guests. You know that saying, puro 956?
Puro 956. Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Puro 956. I think that's like the heart of the valley. Like it's the heart and soul. Like there's like an attitude with it. It's just like a collective understanding. Like, I don't know. It's just
it's hard to put into words.
It's hard to put into words. Puro 956. It's just a community. Like if you live here, you just get it. You know, it's just you're one of our people. You know, you're part of the community. It's all love. You know.
Love that.
Representing.
Yeah, representing, exactly. So I just want to say thank you so much for driving all the way to Weslaco, coming to the podcast, and
I love it here. I don't want to leave.
You can come back next Wednesday and play.
Yes, I'll be back.
So we can put it on our flyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to make a flyer.
A lot of like performers.
Last time we had like 20 people here.
No way. I'm super down, honestly.
It's super fun.
It sounds like a vibe. I'm down. I'll be here, bring my guitar, jam out, show y'all Ghost, whatever y'all want. Whatever y'all want.
We could promote your whatever song.
Yes, like a play. I know I have all my band members. I'm sure some of them are mostly like from Mercedes, so it's not
it's like right next door.
Yeah, right next door. So
perfect.
They'd be down.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, sharing your story. Like you said, you don't normally do this, but I would like to thank you for doing it and
for
coming to the podcast.
Out of my comfort zone, because I'm talking to. I'm glad. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. It's easy. But to look at a phone and be like, "Hi guys, look at my channel." Like that's where I get awkward.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you, Backdoor Modern Vintage. It's an amazing, amazing space, and I'll definitely be back and going bankrupt here. Buying everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.